Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a quick cycling cool down and mobility routine. This is definitely something that you can just do every day after a hard workout, long workout, maybe even an easy day if you're really struggling when it comes to your flexibility. So first of all, let's go ahead and start with a Theraband here. These are pretty cheap on Amazon if you want to pick one up, but let's go ahead and just do some arm circles. Now this is just to really open you up after a long day in the saddle, because I know, at least for me, my chest and my shoulders get really sore, especially if you're in a TT position on a TT bike. But even on a road bike or maybe even a gravel bike, probably get a little bit stiff up in the chest area. And if you don't have a Theraband, you can always go ahead and just do some arm circles and just kind of swing them around your chest. Let's go ahead and do about 10 more of these. Should really be feeling a good stretch in your shoulders, your lats, in your chest. I think that's about good right there. So from here, let's go ahead and do downward dog position. I'm sorry, child's position. Let's go ahead and just hold this for about 15 seconds or so. Should really be feeling a good stretch in your lats. Okay, now let's go ahead, do an upward dog position. Just really be feeling that spine stretching out. Should really be feeling good after a long ride. And let's go back to child's pose. Try to really sink down into the stretch and make sure you keep breathing. And let's go again. Make sure your hips stay on the floor and just pull back. Try to pull those shoulders back and look up. And let's do one more round of both. Okay. From here, let's do a couple of 90-90s. Just kind of warm up those hips and open them up. So your legs should make a 90-degree angle. Try to stay as upright as possible. You should really feel stretch in the outside of the hip here, a little bit in the glute area. All right, and let's switch over to our left side and stay in that 90-degree angle, keeping your back straight. What we're gonna do is just lean over, breathe in, and try to push your knee down into the ground. You should feel a really good stretch kind of in your hip flexors and hamstring area. Try not to round your back. Let's hold this for about 10 seconds. Now breathe out. Sink a little bit further into the stretch and push down with your knee again. Really focus on pushing down that knee. Should be feeling a good stretch in that glute area. Now breathe out, let go of the stretch, sink a little bit deeper, and push with your knee again. Breathe out, sink a little bit deeper, push, and let's go ahead and hold this one for about 20 or 30 seconds or so. Now let's sit back up and just kind of shake things out. And let's do the other side. So once again, 90 degrees with both legs. Holding onto your foot, twist your body so you're facing straight with your thigh. Sink into it, push down with your right knee. And let's hold this for about 10 seconds. Breathe out, sink a little bit deeper. Remember to try to keep your back as straight as possible. Otherwise you lose a little bit of the effectiveness of the stretch. And push with your knee again. Should really be feeling a good stretch in the glute area. Okay, now breathe out. Sink a little bit deeper. And push with your knee. If you're having problems with rounding your back, really try to think about having a pencil in between your shoulder blades and pulling them back and having a proud posture. Kind of like when you're swimming. Okay, now breathe out. A little bit deeper. And push one more time, and let's hold this for 20 seconds. Keep pushing with your knee. Okay, let's go ahead and shake things out once again. Now before we continue, let's go ahead and just use a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use almost anything, but these are good. Also have these mobility balls, which these are pretty tough, but you can use a baseball, softball, lacrosse ball. Let's go ahead and roll out our quads. And if you find any tight spots, go ahead and just kind of sink into it and really focus on that area. This might be pretty tough, pretty excruciating when you have a really hard workout. Especially for me when I'm on the trainer. I know the trainer is what really hurts me. Just staying in a static position for a long time. And let's go ahead and roll out each quad for about a minute or so. We're really just focusing on getting some blood moving. And you can focus on the inside or the outside. Anything that's really tender to you. Really try to do some mobility work at least once a day, but if you can do it after every workout, that'd be even better. Okay, that should be good. So let's switch over to the other side. And if one leg is not enough pressure for you, what you can always do too, is just double it up and really lean onto that leg. Now this cool down is definitely going to get you ready for your next workout, especially if you have 2 a days, or if you're a triathlete like me, sometimes for 3 days, which are not always fun. Okay. Now let's go ahead and roll out our hamstrings as well. Once again, you can use a foam roller, but for me, I'm gonna go ahead and use the lacrosse ball. I'm sorry, mobility ball. These are just a little bit better to get the deep spots. Once again, if you find any tender spots, you can always just stop and really dig into that one spot. Once again, you can always double up. Okay, that's good on that side. Let's do the left leg. Now we're really doing this because we're going to do a couch stretch. And with a couch stretch, it is possible that you can have a little bit of cramping, especially after a long workout. So just want to prevent that as much as possible and just give as much range of motion as possible beforehand. Get into that glute area if you can. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do your best downward facing dog. If you're like me, I'm not very flexible, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really touch the ground without bending my back. And if you can't, what you can always do too is just hold on to something, give you a little bit more leverage. Try to keep that back as straight as possible and give a little bit of bend in your calves. We're just going to do some calf raises. You should really be focusing on getting that good stretch in your calves. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get into a lunge position, starting with the right leg. So right leg ahead. Try to get your back leg back as far as possible. And you should really be feeling a good stretch in your hip flexors. And what you're gonna do here is your back leg, you're gonna try to push your knee forward without actually moving your leg. And that's gonna just create a little bit more tension in that hip flexor. And you're gonna hold that for about 10 seconds. Make sure you keep breathing too. Okay, now breathe out. Sink a little bit deeper. And we're gonna do the same thing. So make sure to push this back leg forward. And hold this for another 10 seconds. The breathing is the important part, because otherwise you once again lose a little bit of the effectiveness of the stretch. Okay, now breathe out. Last time. So push that knee forward and hold it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we can go out of that stretch. And if you want, at any time you can go ahead and just shake things out a little bit. I know with me, I have pretty tight hip flexors, so that stretch could be a little bit intense for me. And let's switch over to our other leg. So left leg forward, trying to get that back leg as far back as possible. Standing straight up, move that chest facing forward and lean into it. Pushing that back leg in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out, sink a little bit deeper. Once again, you should be feeling that in your hip flexors. So pushing that leg forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out. Sink a little bit further into it. And push that back leg in one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. You can go ahead and get out of it. Shake things out one more time. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and do a couch stretch. So let's go ahead and move this. So with the couch stretch, what you're going to want to do is get your back knee as far against the couch or wall as you can. What you're going to do is try to push that knee forward. Stand up straight as possible and lean back. Should be feeling a good stretch in your quads right now. Let's go ahead and hold this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So try to lean a little bit further back. Let's hold this for another 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And a little bit further back. Once again, push that back leg forward. Hold this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. You can go ahead and switch sides now. So once again, pushing that back leg or that back knee forward, standing straight up, facing straight ahead. Hold this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sink a little bit further back. Pushing the back knee forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sink a little bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do some thoracic spine. All right, so now we're going to do some thoracic spine extensions. This is going to be something that you will need a foam roller, or if you want like a basketball, a softball, something that you can lay on top of. And you're going to do your upper back, so up here and it ends, your shoulders up here. So laying back, we're gonna give ourselves a big hug. Try to engage your glutes. And you should basically be as straight as possible right here. And then just lean back. Just kind of roll back and forth. And if you find any tender spots, try to lean into it. You know, for me, my right side is usually a little bit tighter than my left side. And you can always turn over on your side a little bit and really get those tight spots. And if you want a little bit more extension, and if you want a little bit of extension and that's not enough of a stretch, you can always put your hands up above. Try to reach up or back and up. Let's go ahead and do this for another minute or so. Whenever I'm doing a half Ironman or an Ironman, I definitely wish I can do this during the race because my back hurts so bad after being in such an extreme position in a TT bars. Okay, so that's about enough. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit more child's pose. You definitely feel like you have a little bit more mobility in your back now. And you should be cool down enough to continue out with your day. And if you are getting done with any workouts and you're finding this helpful, definitely would love a comment to hear what workout you did. Okay, I think that's about good. So that's it for today. I really hope that helped. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.